Three requirements you need in order to design the life of your dreams. Before we get to that, let me tell you a little story. In 2017, when I entered medical school, I had one vision: becoming a neurosurgeon. And although I knew that everything then was taken care of by my parents, my fees, my allowances per month, like everything I needed financially was being taken care of by my parents, I knew the journey to becoming a neurosurgeon wasn't just a lengthy one, but it requires some financial means because I had to leave one country to the other to further my studies. And I knew I couldn't just sit and wait for my parents to do all the labor, the financial stress, to go through that all alone. So by my second year in medical school, I decided to start a side hustle. I wanted to work money during holidays so I could save it to further my studies once I finish with the 6 year medical school I was in, so I could specialize to become a neurosurgeon. 2 years into these side hustles, I realized that regardless of the amount of money I made, I kept coming back to the same place. I kept making money but not being able to account for where the money was going to. So money was entering my hands, but I couldn't know how the money was leaving my hands, and I had nothing to show for what I've worked for 2 years. The first year it happened, I thought no, it might just be the fact that I didn't make enough money. Next year I'll try and work harder so I make more money in order to save. Next year I made more but still fell back to the same place. I had nothing to show off for it. So reflecting on it after that second year, I was like, something is wrong. Something here is not adding up, because if I continue doing like this, I will finish my 6 year program, and will be working every holiday, but not having the money I am working for too, so I could fund the vision I had in mind. So I had to stop, pause, and reflect, ask myself, what exactly is not working here? Like, what is happening? Where is the money going? What is it I'm not doing right? That I keep working harder, making more money, but I have nothing. And I know I'm not the kind of person that spend money anyhow. I don't party, I don't buy things just because I can buy them, just because I want to buy them. No, I'm the kind of I grew up with a background of making sure you don't just use money anyhow, because you can or because you have it. So I was conscious of the fact that, first of all everything, the basic necessity I needed was taken care of by my parents. The side hustle was just an additional money I wanted to save so I could be able to fund the vision I had once I graduated from medical school to specialize to become a neurosurgeon. I dream of becoming. So I realized that the problem was not the money I was making, because when I stopped, pause, and reflect, I realized the problem was not the money I was making. The problem was not even the side hustle, because it was profitable. It wasn't that I had to change to something else or look for something different or whatsoever. I realized the problem was me. There was something about me not using money properly that caused me to always fall back at the same place regardless of how much I made. And I knew that if I don't fix what is broken or what is causing the problem, it doesn't matter whether I graduate, whether I even become a neurosurgeon, I'll always have problem with money. And I might not even get to graduate, because if I cannot at least save the little like I was making then to fund the vision I had to become, I might not even be able to specialize in the neurosurgical field I wanted to specialize in. So I knew right then that I had to do something about it. There's something had to change, and I've spent, since that was 2019 when I realized that something was wrong, till now I've spent almost 7 years working on what was wrong, which was me. Not that I was broken, not that I wasn't good enough, but I had low self-esteem that was showing up as people pleasing, which is why where the money was going to, because I was using more money to buy things for other people, so they could feel that I'm important. That's my idea. That's how I was interpreting it. In summary, like I said, I was using the money I was making to buy love, attention from other people so I could feel good about myself, because I wasn't feeling good about myself. No matter how great I was in school, how my teachers would praise me, my classmate would envy me and be like, "Ah, you're so smart, you're so intelligent." Regardless of the money I was making, be like, "You're so hardworking and everything." I didn't feel good about myself, and that cost me not just time, energy, and even my health. It was costing me money, which is why no matter how much I was making, I was unable to account for it. And it's during this 6 year journey, almost 7 years now journey, that I've been working on myself, trying to understand how exactly are those that are able not just to make money but sustain and build wealth for years, for generations. How exactly do they do it? And I've been learning, reading, listening to podcasts and everything. And I came to the conclusion that every human being on earth need three things, what I call a three requirements to design the life you desire and believe you deserve. We all need a vision, which I had to become a neurosurgeon. We all need a vehicle, which is either about the money required to fund the vision or the people you need to bring the vision to pass, which I was working on. I was working on making money so I could fund the vision. And then the third thing, which is what most of us don't even think about, we don't even consider it and as important as the vision and the vehicle we need, is the vessel, which is yourself. Because remember, I had a great vision, becoming a neurosurgeon. Just the thought of it, I was excited about it. And I had a plan in motion that to help me become that. I had a vehicle that was to carry me to that destination of becoming a neurosurgeon. But I didn't think about the vessel myself. I didn't realize that all of it, whether the vision was great, the vehicle was amazing, if the vessel wasn't taken care of properly, if the vessel wasn't built, wasn't designed, wasn't qualified for that vision, I might never get there. And that's why most of us, we have as a problem, and we think it's a money problem, we think it's a people problem. No, it is a vessel problem. Not that you are bad, not that you're broken, not that there are some leakages that you carry around based on your beliefs, based on the low self-esteem that may be manifesting as whether people pleasing, self-sabotage, feeling you're not enough, you're not good with money and everything. That's when I came to learn that in order for you to design the life you desire for yourself, yes, of course, you need to build a good relationship with money. You need to build good relationship with people, but you also need to build a good relationship with yourself, because without you, there's no vision. Without you, there's no vehicle. Which is why some of us struggle so much to fulfill a vision we have by focusing all on the vehicle we need. We forget the vessel, and then burn out, and then feel unfulfilled after we have what we have worked for years to have. And like, why was I even working if after all this is how I feel about it? But why? Because you forgot the most important thing, what will carry you through all seasons of your life: yourself, the vessel. And in working on the vessel, I came to understand, in order for you to properly take care of the vessel, that will help you drive the vehicle to fulfill the vision you have, there are four things you need to do. I call it the love method. The first letter, L, you have to start by loving yourself. Because I had to love myself enough to pause, to stop, pause, and reflect and ask myself, what is not happening here? To love myself enough to refuse to blame, to complain, to give excuses, but to take responsibility, to acknowledge that yes, there might be other external conditions, there might be other external forces working, trying to hinder me from fulfilling this vision. But what is it that I am not doing right? That comes from love. Love that doesn't shame you, that doesn't make you feel guilty, that doesn't make you feel like you're helpless. It's love, by loving yourself. So I had to start by loving myself enough to take responsibility, not to blame, not to complain, not to give excuses. After I've loved myself enough, the second thing I did was to observe my beliefs and behavior, because loving myself gave me the grace I needed, like I said, to not blame, to not complain, to not feel guilty, to not feel shameful. Gave me the grace I needed to observe what I was doing wrong, what beliefs was I carrying around myself. I didn't believe I was good enough. I didn't believe I was loved. I didn't believe I could be accepted. I didn't believe anybody. I didn't even believe in myself, which is why I was using the money to buy people beliefs, to buy people acceptance, validation, permission, so they could cheer me up. And when they didn't, I didn't like. If I want to do something, they cheer me up, then I can do it. That means I can. If they don't cheer me up, that means I cannot. And that is living at the expense of people's opinion, which is something nobody should be living, because you are not a slave to depend on what people think or don't think about you. Because first of all, no other person, other like the after God, the only other person that knows what is best for you more than God, the like more than you is you. No other person knows what your life should look like except God and yourself. So if you can't live by depending on other people's opinion, you can't live by depending on what people think you can or cannot. You can't live by waiting for people to believe you before you ever take a step in your life, because that's enslaving yourself to people's opinions, which most of them at times are saying things that they don't even realize the impact is having on you. And you're there sitting like, oh, I should have, I shouldn't have, I should, all you're saying all of these things, and blaming them, complaining about how they're treating you, giving excuses of why you cannot move because they haven't allowed you to, or they haven't permitted you to. But it wasn't their responsibility to do so. Your life is your responsibility. So once I love myself enough, I observe my beliefs and behavior, uh, without guilt, without shame, without looking for who to blame, without, by simply taking responsibility. And as I observed them, the third thing I did was to ask myself which of these beliefs and behavior are valid and valuable for the vision I say I have for my life. Because after all, it is my life. I'm the one to live it through the pain, the process, the lengthiness of how long it would take, the stress, the night, all of it. So why would I allow other people opinion decide what I should or shouldn't do, while I'm the one bearing all the pain of it, all the burden of it? Asking myself, and I'm the one to live in the result of it. So I had to make sure what I believe and how I believe and how I behave was valid and valuable for the vision I said I have, which most of it weren't, which is why I had to change them. I had to work on myself. Because the more I explore and the more I observe the things, the beliefs and the behaviors I was having, I realized that I say I want one thing, but I'm believing a different thing. I say I want to make money, but I'm scared. Even when people are giving me the money, I'm scared to ask for it. I'm scared to charge for it. And then I say I want to save, but I'm scared to keep it. When money enter my hands, I just think of ways to give it to somebody, to pay something, to buy something. Not even for me, for people. Why? Because I was a people pleaser. So as I observe those beliefs and behaviors, as I uh, um, asked whether they were valid and valuable, and I was exploring and examining them. Like as I explore, I was examining them, because I needed to know which of these which of these beliefs do I need to exit, which of them can I earn from. Because based on whether I needed to exit them, or whether I was enjoying them, they needed to be adding value to my life, and which will help me fulfill the vision I say I have, and not just fulfill it but enjoy it. Which is why I say that the three things you need to desire to design the life you deserve and believe, the life you desire and believe you deserve. The vision you have, I had a vision. The vehicle, which is either the money you need and or the people you will need. But remember, In order for you to build a good relationship with money and good relationship with people, you need to first build a good relationship with yourself. Because people or money won't matter if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, because you always sabotage the money entering your hand, misuse it, mismanage it, not being able to maintain it, not be able to sustain it, which without sustenance you can't multiply. And wealth is not created until you're able to multiply what you're making. And for you to multiply, you need to be able to maintain it. If money enter your hands and leaves every time, you cannot multiply what you don't have. You can't hold. This is why this page is about the one person, where we believe that in order for you to, that the key to designing the life you desire and believe you deserve is you. And in order for you to do that, you have to work on the vision, of course. You have to work on the vehicle, but most importantly, you have to work on the vessel yourself, because you are the one carrying both the vision and driving the vehicle. In order for you to do that, you have to first love yourself, observe your beliefs and behaviors, ask whether they are valid or valuable. Explore. How do you know? By exploring and examining, asking yourself which of them are enjoyable, which of them do I need to exit, and how can I earn from these beliefs and behavior. Because what we think is a good product or is a good service, at times it's just a good quality, like politeness, being committed to something, consistency, the way you speak to people, the way you address certain things, that opens certain doors for you that you thought you had to have a degree to have it, because degrees can open doors. I know we are in a society that we think, oh, there's no need to go to school. No, they are not teaching anything that is required in school or anything. It has its own place. But what helps you stay into the doors that those degrees have opened up for you is good character. And it's only by working on the vessel that you develop that. It's not that school is not necessary again. It has its own. It gives you certain skills, gives you a competence, it gives you something. If you understand the purpose of going to school, that's another topic for another day. Today I just want to focus on why we are here, calling as one person, my purpose here, and how I'm here to help you not just have a great vision, not just have a great vehicle, but also be a great vessel. Because once you are a great vessel, having a great vehicle and a great vision won't be a problem. So I'm here to help you be the great vessel you need to be in order to fulfill the great vision you have for your life, by first starting by loving yourself, observing your beliefs, asking whether they are valid or valuable, and by exploring and examining them, which one do you need to exit, which one do you need, which one are you enjoying, how can you earn from it, and then how will you improve. As you do that, you adjust, you adapt, and you improve. So is this your first time listening to me? I'm TJ Carole, coach consultant. As a coach, I help with self-discovery, encourage behavior change and accountability by, of course, encouraging you, educating and empowering you. And as a consultant, I help analyze your problems or processes and offer solutions by, of course, observing, analyzing, and drawing conclusions. And I want to officially welcome you to the one person where we believe again that in order to design the life you desire and believe you deserve, that three requirements: a vision, vehicle, and the vessel, which is the most important of all three, yourself. And it is only in working in yourself, it's only in building a relationship with yourself that you're able to build good relationship with money and people that will help you fulfill the vision you have for your life. I pray this is a blessing to you. Until next time, I want you to become, attract, and enjoy all God has for you.